In the realm of law enforcement, there exists a haunting question. What happens when a guardian becomes the villain? Today, we embark on a journey through the shattered life of Jalen Devin Fleer, a man who was involved with an underage female on Snapchat and the potential sharing of inappropriate material. Once hailed as a star athlete with boundless potential, he now finds himself confined with an interrogation room, facing a barrage of damaging allegations. Back in 2011, Jalen Fleer radiated with promise and skill, excelling in both baseball and football. He appeared destined for greatness, with a life brimming with the American dream. A devoted wife, a baby on the way, a new house, and a flourishing law enforcement career, his future seemed shimmering. However, the tides turned drastically in 2020, thrusting Jalen Fleer into a somber reality. Confined within a severe interrogation room, he confronts the damaging weight of the allegations laid against him. How did a life once drenched in potential spiral into the trap of over 20 felonies, forever altering his existence? It all began with a pivotal tip provided to the San Diego County Crime Stoppers in early April 2020. Chula Vista, California, became the battleground for a relentless pursuit of the truth behind Jalen Fleer's actions. On April 30th, 2020, a mere month after the initial tip, detectives led Jalen Fleer into the solemn confines of the correctional facility where he once served.
So you understand that you're not under arrest and you are not being detained. You understand that you're free to leave at any time. There will not be any locked doors keeping you from leaving. As you notice, that one doesn't have a lock behind you.
During the conversation, the investigator built rapport with Officer Fleer, emphasizing his freedom to leave. Officer Fleer's calm posture indicating his willingness to engage. Detectives analyzed their interactions for clues.
I did, yes.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your upbringing?
Yeah, so grew up in Santana High School, played sports, football, baseball. Did Grossmont College for a little bit, played baseball there. I got a job here.
The investigator mentioned Officer Fleer's background and asked about his upbringing and sports involvement. The goal was to uncover motivations and influences behind his actions. The conversation took a more personal turn as the investigator explored his relationship with his wife and the length of their connection. He revealed that they had known each other since preschool, but went their separate ways. Fate brought them back together in high school, and their paths crossed again 3 years ago, leading to their marriage, starting a family, and settling in a new community.
Yeah, I'll play video games every once in a while, stuff like that. Not too often, watch not big on video games.
Cool.
At this point, Fleer becomes aware that they know something. There is a moment of internal reflection, evident in his gaze fixed on something that is beyond the walls of the room. His eyes seem distant, as if lost in a whirlwind of thoughts. Fleer's crossed arms, once a protective barrier, now appear slightly tensed. The weight of his actions weigh heavily upon him, and the truth he carries begins to manifest in his physical appearance.
Facebook and Instagram. Had Snapchat back in the day, got rid of that with my wife. Got caught in the academy with her and some stuff. But
Transitioning to the topic of social media, the investigator explored Officer Fleer's online presence. He mentioned using Facebook and Instagram, while noting that he had discontinued his use of Snapchat. This decision was made due to certain issues that arose during his time at the academy, which prompted his severe communication and ultimately removed the platform from his life. The investigator concluded this segment by requesting his Facebook username or login details, as they sought to document social media information as part of their investigation.
So the one that you had there, has that account since been deleted or just deactivated?
Just delete the app. I think it's still there.
Okay.
The investigator inquired about his Instagram username and whether he had used Snapchat in the past. He then confirmed his Instagram handle as his name, Jalen Fleer, and revealed that he had deleted the Snapchat app but believed his account might be still active. The investigator proceeded to ask about the email addresses connected to his Facebook and Instagram accounts, to which Officer Fleer provided the same email.
Put me up to Grossmont.
Okay, so this picture right here, how old were you when it was taken?
20.
20? Have you ever used this picture on any social media site?
I think it was Snapchat back in the day, yeah.
With the groundwork laid, the investigator disclosed that they were investigating allegations that stemmed from a Crime Stoppers report. They then presented him with a picture that resembled him, seeking his acknowledgement or familiarity with it. He confirmed that the picture was indeed him with a group of individuals, including someone from Grossmont. As the conversation progressed, signs of stress became apparent in Officer Fleer's body language. Pulsating jaw muscles indicated teeth clenching, a clear indicator of heightened stress. The investigator delved into the topic of his online activities, specifically focusing on a particular photo shared on Snapchat. The investigator sought to determine who else may have seen the photo and whether it's been posted on other social media platforms.
Sure. So this photo came up in connection with some allegations about you communicating with a younger female on Snapchat.
Okay.
Have you ever communicated with any females that we've already recognized that yes you have with your recruit from the back.
They sought to gather information about potential communication with younger females and clarified the connection between his phone number, email, and any other Snapchat accounts. Additionally, they explored the contrasting work schedules of him and his wife, shedding light on the dynamics of their daily lives.
I should have lawyers on.
So right now, and I'll go over the behavior with you, we're investigating allegations that were made that you were communicating with a younger female on Snapchat and potentially some material might have been shared.
Okay.
Some photos, some images, stuff like that. So we, of course, want to be able to...
He expressed concern about the need for legal representation, recognizing the seriousness of the situation. The investigator clarified the nature of the allegations, stating that they were investigating claims of communication with a younger female on Snapchat and the potential sharing of inappropriate material.
I don't know how it enhances a younger person.
There were also some conversations that were exchanged between you and this person.
Me? Okay. I haven't talked to anybody younger though.
Not on Snapchat?
No,
Not recently?
not recently, no.
The investigator aimed to establish a clearer picture of his personal connections and identify potential individuals who may have had access to the photo. As the conversation progressed, the intricate web surrounding the photograph began to unravel, leaving the investigators with more questions than answers. He denied having any recent communication with anyone on Snapchat or engaging in conversations that could be relevant to the case. The conversation took a more personal turn as the investigator delved into his intimate activities and interactions. The questions focused on whether he had shared explicit images of himself and engaged in sexual activities with others.
Any images of your penis with anyone?
Yeah,
And how many times would you say you've done it?
a lot.
Can you kind of explain that a little bit more to me?
I mean, my wife, my ex-girlfriend, back in the day, Tinder and stuff, yeah.
He admitted to sharing explicit images of himself on multiple occasions. He mentioned sharing such images with his wife, ex-girlfriend, and even on dating platforms like Tinder. The investigator probed further, asked if he had ever shared videos of sexual encounters with anyone. He denied having shared such videos, stating that they were always personal and restricted to his own viewing. Seeking additional details, the investigator inquired about the nature of the explicit images. Officer Fleer admitted to using toys during intimate moments with his wife, but the specifics were not explored in detail.
Comfortable at all? Can you tell me what some of those images look like?
Video I had. I used toys. It's awkward, but yeah, I used toys on my wife and stuff.
They expressed concern over the connection between the Crime Stopper, the Snapchat account, and Officer Fleer's phone number. The investigator mentioned the existence of images associated with the case, prompting Officer Fleer's curiosity about the content. However, the investigator admitted to not having a clear shot of one of the images. He expressed his discomfort with the situation, stating his unease about not having a lawyer present. The investigator assured him that his participation was voluntary and that he had the right to remain silent. They acknowledged that Officer Fleer could choose not to speak with them, but emphasized that his superiors would likely want to speak with him later.
I think I missed it, but when was the last time that you had Snapchat? Because I know you said you deleted it, but I didn't hear when you deleted it.
I just deleted the app. I deleted that when I was in the academy.
In the academy.
Yeah.
When did you go to the academy?
It's like a little over a year ago.
A year ago,
Yeah.
so in 2019?
Yeah, right at the beginning of 2019, January.
He was asked about the last time he had used Snapchat, to which he replied that he deleted it during his time at the police academy in early 2019.
I want to wait because I'm uncomfortable with this, so
Okay.
I'm trying to wait.
As the questions reached their conclusion, the investigator assured him that they had no further inquiries at the moment. He expressed his desire to cover up the conversation, indicating a need for privacy and confidentiality. In a crucial moment, the detective poses a pointed question that he had talked to anybody younger on Snapchat. but Fleer hesitates, attempting to mount a defense. The detective calmly challenges his response by saying, "Not recently." His chosen words unintentionally became an accidental denial. In his fervor to deny any recent contact with younger individuals, he inadvertently admits that at some point he did engage with them on Snapchat. The detective's acute observation uncovers a significant clue, igniting a new phase of the investigation. The notion of recently is subjective, depending on one's perspective or preferences. It can encompass varying timeframes. What may appear recent to one person may be considered distant by another. It's within this nuanced ambiguity that hidden truths often emerge. His choice of words subtly hits at a deeper involvement with someone younger on Snapchat. Every movement can tell a story, and for him, his body language was an undeniable indicator of his guilt. As he was questioned, his eye-assessing patterns revealed a startling change. No longer could he maintain the facade of innocence as his eyes darted downward and to his right, a clear sign of deception. With mounting suspicion, the Chula Vista law enforcement began their meticulous investigation into Fleer. They executed search warrants on his personal belongings, including his phone, locker, car, and home. Placed on desk duty, Officer Fleer awaited the results that would seal his fate. The evidence started to pile up, and to his dismay, the DNA samples linked him directly to the crimes. After a month-long investigation, he realized that he could no longer outrun the truth. He made the decision to turn himself in, acknowledging the gravity of his actions. Subsequently, he was arrested and faced a staggering list of over 20 felony charges. The criminal complaint outlined the graphic crimes committed between March and April of 2020, revealing the horrifying truth behind his interactions with unsuspecting victims. Prosecutors presented a chilling account of his predatory tactics. They revealed that he had contacted 41 young girls, some as young as 9 years old, through the popular social media platform Snapchat. Court documents unveiled disturbing conversations where he sought out younger friends and offered money in exchange for connecting with them. The victims were coerced, frightened, and felt unable to report the abuse, as he himself wore the badge of authority. As the case unfolded in court, he initially pleaded not guilty to all charges, denying the horror he had inflicted upon innocent lives. However, overwhelming evidence and the weight of his actions weighed heavily on his conscience. Eventually, he changed his plea to guilty. Stoic and emotionless, he sat in the courtroom as the judge delivered an end to all of his despicable acts. The idea that a police officer did such things makes me feel disgusted, but not as disgusted as when I found out about the guy who killed his own girlfriend. Click that video right here.